In this video, I am going to show my online learning environment that was created for KSP 680. Um, I used Google Sites to make my online learning environment, and in a little bit I'll talk more as to what it's about. Really what I'm trying to do is I am attempting to make an online learning environment to help instruct the faculty at Spirit Lake High School about 21st century skills. We're going to be assessing those second semester with our J term, and a lot of the teachers are confused as to what 21st century skills are, and so this online learning environment is more of a collaboration space for the faculty to get a better idea. The types of literacy required for the members of this online learning environment. I've kind of identified three of them. One of them is reproduction literacy. We will utilize a discussion forum in the OLE, and the teachers are going to have to be able to take information and content and reproduce discussion forum posts and kind of evaluate those. And so reproduction literacy is important. They'll also need to utilize branching literacy. It's not necessarily a linear type professional development tool. The teachers can look through the content in any order they want, and they can collaborate on certain parts. They don't have to do certain aspects of it. It's kind of up to them how in-depth they want to go. There will be some requirements, and I'll get to those later, but they can become as active as they would like to be. And the other type is photo visual literacy, and you can see that in some of the links. I do have certain videos that they have to watch and be able to take content from those to help them in their posts. So those are the three types of literacy. The technology skills that are needed in order to be an active member is you need to be able to utilize internet, Google Sites, you have to be familiar with that, forum posting, and I have some, if you go to the discussion tab, I have before reading, read the following article on discussion board etiquette, which will also actually help with their reproduction literacy. And then they need to utilize Goodreads, which is in our book study. My platform will be launched to the community through an email, and that's already been done. This is a blended learning environment, and so before we got to that, I did send out an email to the whole high school staff regarding the OLE, so they have all been in it, and they have all been an active member in the online learning environment already. The purpose of the community, I think the easiest way to do that is just show my mission statement, which is on the home page. It says this online learning environment was created to educate the Spirit Lake faculty on 21st century skills established by the Iowa Corps and the Partnership for 21st Century Learning. A blended learning environment will be used to provide the faculty with resources, discussions, and a book study regarding the 21st century skills. While the online learning environment is intended as a professional development supplement for the Spirit Lake staff, it will also be available for educators and administrators from around the world who wish to further their understanding on 21st century skills. The OLE will provide a unique opportunity for teachers to collaborate with each other outside the school building while still utilizing valuable face-to-face professional development time to continue discussions that will be fostered online. And so that is the mission statement and the purpose of the community. My role will be to moderate the discussions that take place and to also upload content into our content page, which I don't have much in there yet because a lot of that is in the discussion boards. This OLE is for teaching, and it's really for teaching the faculty and helping them work together to help to define these 21st century skills and post best practices on those. I've identified three 21st century skills that we're going to focus on at the beginning. So the first one's collaboration, then complex communication, and then productivity and accountability. So those are the three skills that we're going to focus a lot of the attention of the online learning environment on. The future of the community will be to have all 21st century skills up here, but I think that we need to go at a little slower pace and identify those more in depth first before we get to the other ones. And I talked and communicated with my administration on which ones we wanted to focus our attention on first. The requirements for joining this online community, you need to have a valid Google account, which since this online environment is made for the faculty at Spirit Lake, they all have that already. It was assigned to them with their school issued email account. And so that's really the only requirement for joining. Otherwise, you have to get the email. And once collaboration starts, I will post this on Twitter using the hashtag teaching21 to help get other faculty from other schools and administration from other schools to help collaborate in this type of environment. The average time involved in being an active member varies. Really, the level of activity varies between a lurker, someone who wants to go to the discussion forum and read through that. And here is the discussion forum. You can see I have the forum divided up into the 3 skills that we're going to focus on. And you can see that there are posts in there from faculty in the school. So for example, here is one of the posts that I moderated. I started the post here, and then I have various faculty members at my school responding to that post. So that would probably be minimum. Since is a blended environment, those teachers were assigned that after a PD session, and so I have that PD session archived on my site, and it shows the instructions that they went through to post their reply. Otherwise, they could be even more involved. They could follow the hashtag, and my eventual goal will be to have a Twitter chat using Teaching21, bring in guest Twitter chat moderators who are familiar with the 21st century skills. I also have a book study. This would be the highest active member, one that wants to put in the most time into the online learning environment, and I will focus this through the website Goodreads. We will break this down, and I have a calendar on here as well as to which sections we're going to read. So for example, here's the introduction on the discussion board. I have some questions on that, and they have some time to post comments on the introduction for this book. And so what I would do is I would gauge interest on them. They would take a survey, and then we would spend some time on an online forum discussing each section of this book. And this would be spread out throughout the whole semester, so it's not very daunting at the beginning. My expectations of my members are really just to post best practices in the discussion forum, and so that they can share and really collaborate in that discussion forum. I think that would be the minimum expectations. Now, if they all wanted to join the book study, I think that would be better for our school, but that's kind of up to the administration and what they expect of the faculty. Like I said, my role in this is to be a moderator, to post things in the forum, work with my administrative team as to what they want the teachers to understand, and then reply to these forums, and then also report out to the administration on what types of things are being discussed, what teachers need help with. And so I'm kind of the middleman between the faculty and administration when it comes to 21st century skills. I interact with my members through the forum, also through email, and then the Teaching21 hashtag. And I manage this community in a variety of ways. As far as diversity, when you go to the PD Friday, November 21st, you can see that I have divided up the teachers into different groups, and I kind of looked at their content areas is one of the ways that I kind of helped me divide it up, and so that it's not just one content area like all the social studies teachers necessarily in one group. And so there will be diverse members posting in the forums. I also reply to the forums, and that's how I give them feedback. And we use the forums, we use the book talk comment section, and we use Twitter to interact with other members. There's a variety of integrated technologies in the online learning environment. You can see I have video instructions for something like the forum. I've also used surveys. Here's an example of a survey I used with the hashtag Teaching21. It says, educators, please take a moment to answer one question survey. This was posted on Twitter, and these are some of the responses I got. I wanted to know what one 21st century skill that they feel is lacking in their classroom. We can see that critical thinking got the majority of votes of what is lacking, and it broke it down into the gender of my responses and also the age. And so I thought it was a really good survey. I thought I got some good feedback from that, especially when we want to add more 21st century skills to those. As I kind of look through these tabs, These are just how the Iowa Core defines these 21st century skills, because that's how we need to assess them of our students. I do have a frequently asked questions tab on here, which I don't have completely done yet, but that will answer questions dealing with the online learning environment. This definitely isn't an online class. It's more of a collaboration space. I think with our professional development, we have teachers who would be apprehensive about being assigned a course because time is pretty precious amongst our faculty. And so I want this to be a place where teachers feel not threatened to go, but where they want to go to share what they're doing. Because these 21st century skills can be assessed in many different ways if you have different definitions. And so we really want to be able to define them and work together, use the discussion forum to post some of the good things that we have going in our school. And so really, if you look at it, the discussion forum is more for our faculty, and so we can talk. And then we have the Goodreads as well. And then the reason I added this Teaching 21 is so we can bring into our discussions educators from around the world who have just great ideas and who aren't afraid to post some of their best practices as well. So this is my online learning environment. The participation I've had thus far, especially with that optional PD day, making this a blended environment, I think has really enriched it, and I'm excited to see how we can use some of these resources that I've posted in the coming semester and how we assess our students.